I'm Lily James, and I'm here for the world premiere of Swiped, our movie. Swiped is inspired by the real life story of Whitney Wolfe Herd, who is a visionary founder. She created Bumble, the dating app. And our movie tracks her journey really from leaving college, and she kind of breaks into the male dominated tech space and sort of launches not one but two huge dating apps that take off like rocket ships. And we track the kind of challenges and adversity she faces along the way, the highs and the lows, as she powers on to become one of the youngest women ever to take a company public and one of the youngest self-made billionaires. I obviously knew about both apps, Bumble and Tinder, but I had no idea there was this woman right at the kind of epicenter of them. And I was bowled over by her story. And I went down a rabbit hole, obviously, of research and learning everything I could about her. And I've found her to be truly inspiring and a trailblazer. And it's been a really meaningful experience getting to kind of step into her shoes and recreate and dramatize this story in our film. There's so many stories about male founders. There's so many stories about female founders that maybe, turned out to be like it was all a con or whatever. And this is a triumphant story where we're celebrating this incredible legacy. But what I find very powerful and moving is that with great courage and tenacity and light and kindness was able to turn a very bad situation, something very negative and toxic that happened in her life, into something powerful. She saw a problem and she fixed it, not only in turn for yourself, but also for women to come and young girls. And her mission has always been really clear, and learning more about it and portraying her in this film has been really inspiring. I think I drive everyone mad in my life because I kind of stay in the accent and I just live, breathe, dream, walk, talk the role for a period of time before I start shooting. There's so much information online. The whole movie was sourced from the public domain. So I just studied her. I also went and shadowed a tech entrepreneur, Brian Chesky, a founder at Airbnb in Silicon Valley. So I spent a day like hanging out in the tech world and figuring out what that felt like. And yeah, it was a long process of kind of finding my way in and wanting to really be able to capture her essence. I wasn't trying to mimic her or kind of, it's not a documentary, but I wanted to capture some of her spirit. It's so incredible. Those big companies, the speed at which thoughts happen and they're actioned, it's bonkers. I mean, I witnessed it even in a day. I was like, whoa, you've just changed something. And the impact's so big. Tech has such a huge reach. And so, and actually in our film, we explore these dating apps, which, whether you like them or not, have completely revolutionized the way that we communicate and we date. And actually what Whitney Wolfe did so incredibly was re-engineer gender dynamics in a dating app, put women in the driver's seat, made women feel safe, zero harassment tolerated. Like, these really big shifts in how we interact online. And my God, do we need it? We still need it. And so, but that was these young kids that had just left college and they had these multi-billion-dollar corporations and the impact, I guess they didn't even realize. And now we're still learning about it, or like what that impact has been. And so for someone like Whitney to be sort of really in charge of that and navigating that with integrity, I'm just so excited to share that story. I have never really had a strong opinion about dating apps, only because I've never used them. But I'm so aware of their power and impact. But what I will say is that this film, even though it's about dating apps and tech space, it's indicative of all industries. The reach and the sort of message is far greater than that. Especially when you're looking at workspaces that are predominantly men. There's a lot that we explore in the film, but it's also really fun. So everyone should go and watch it. It was amazing. We shot in LA, which in itself was a huge achievement, and not much really shoots there. So it was really cool to be on the ground in LA, and we shoot in some really iconic, cool spots. I produced on this too. So I felt this huge responsibility, and I was so intensely passionate about this story and how we put it all together. And I hope that the movie will challenge and inspire people to really go after what they believe in and be unafraid and fearless to keep following that path or that dream or that ambition, no matter what. And that any, roadblocks or trials that you hit along the way, like, they may feel crippling, they may feel like you can't surpass them, but you can, and they can actually become your superpower, and it can become your key to, your mission. So yeah, just that.